Hello, everybody. I want to give you a healing testimony, a healing of sleep. How many people know that when you sleep, you heal? When you sleep, you heal. So you show me somebody's having trouble sleeping, and I'll show you somebody's having trouble healing up. Okay? So let's look back over there in Isaiah, way over to the left, right after Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, and then you are in Isaiah. Give you time to get over there. Turn over to 26 of Isaiah and the third verse. Now, we're going to give you a testimony of what happened one Sunday after church. I gave this lady, she had been my waitress for, I don't know, the other day. Today actually, someone told me that she'd been my waitress for 3 years. I didn't realize that she had been my waitress that long, but I'd always pretty much sat in the same place, and she was my waitress. Well, one day, after church, I was just sitting there editing the videos and getting ready, because people, when you're on the internet like this, you go all over the world, and there's people they're never going to come to where you're preaching at necessarily, because they're so far away because of distance and time, but they listen to you regularly on the internet, and that's up in the thousands now, and we really appreciate it. But this here, she just came up, and I was just sitting there. She just came up and sit down at the table, which I've had a lot of waitresses and waiters just sit down at the table and just start. I didn't even know they even knew I was a minister or anything, but they see those videos that I'm editing, and a lot of them, they listen to them, and you just don't know it, until later on they sit down and say, hey, I need some help. And this particular lady, she said, it's been just weeks, and she said, I'm just beside myself because I haven't got any sleep. I've just, I get a little bit of sleep and it's time to get up. I'm just wore out and I'm just having a hard time. For some reason, I get ready to go to sleep. My mind just goes crazy and I can't sleep. And so I said, well, I can tell you what happened to me. See, a lot of times what happens is people say, well, bless God, I'm going to tell them what, but you need to tell them what happened to you. That way, you're not trying to counsel them necessarily, but you can tell somebody what's working for you. And I said, this is what I do. This is what helped me and changed my life forever. In Isaiah 26:3. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, years and years and years, and more intensified as you can get skillful in the word after a while. You use it enough. So in Isaiah 26 and verse 3, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed upon thee, upon the Lord, because he trusts in him, and will give you everlasting, verse 4, everlasting strength. So it's peace and strength. I'm just telling you what happened to me at the restaurant, okay? And so I'm telling her the same thing. It'll give you peace and strength. And then I flipped over to 2 Timothy 1:7. God hadn't given you a spirit of fear. She said, yeah, I'm worried about the bills and about the rent and about my kids and about my car and about my clothes and just on and on. The house is a mess and just on and on and on. And so I gave her 2 Timothy 1:7, God hadn't given you a spirit of fear, power, love, and a sound mind. I said, worrying about it, fretting about it, fear about it is not going to change the outcome for the good. She said, I know that's right. Then she said however many years she's been fretting about stuff. And so I gave her these verses. I wrote them down for her. Then I gave her another one over there in Timothy. It says, cast all your care upon him, for he cares for you. And all of them talks about your mind. Okay? Everything starts with your mind. People think it starts with your body, but really it starts with your mind. Okay, so you can change all that. You can sow seeds of peace and happiness instead of anxiety and worry and fretting. You can live this way. You can. You can live above the circumstances of life. Let me say that again. You can live above the circumstances of life. Somebody said, if I didn't have any worries, I could live above the circumstances of life. No, you live above the circumstances of life when you put these scriptures, those 3 scriptures that I just gave you, the one in Isaiah, the one in 2 Timothy, and the one in Peter. Do a little Bible study. Look them up. Look up the word mind. See? And just run your reference. Oh, man. And zero in on this one right here in Isaiah 26:3, because you want peace and strength when you go to sleep. And the way you do it is quit worrying. See? That's what you have to do, and you'll love it. And in the process there, God will help you. That God cannot renew your mind for you. But as you apply the scriptures to your thinking processes, then what happens is He works with you, confirming the word with signs following. And that's in Mark 16, the very last verse there. The Lord working with them, confirming the word with signs following. Now that's after Jesus got resurrected from the grave and went to heaven. Well, how? And someone said, well, how in the world's Jesus working with them and He's in heaven? Through His word. He confirms the word with signs following. See that? And the signs following, this one here would be peace and strength. But you got to do it every night. Don't give in to a sound mind, but realize God hasn't given you a spirit of fear, power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. And then you're the one that has to cast your care on the Lord, and He'll show you how to do it, just like He showed me. You have a good one. God bless. And now I talked to her here a while back that the lady waiting on me, my waitress, and I said, how you doing on your sleep? She said, oh man, ever since that day we talked, I do that every night. Even when I take a nap, I do that, and I just sleep so good. And I thank you so much. God's good, isn't He? I said, amen.